Hello, my beautiful people. It's uh, it's Let's Grow Together Live Wednesday, and today I'm so excited to have Dino Orchard on the live today, and I really hope everybody is happy, taking time for themselves and for the loved ones, and take time to go through your emotions every day, because trying to be happy is one of the main things that we try to accomplish and do. So yeah, I want everybody to take time for themselves, go through their emotions on a daily basis, try to see how happy you are on a day-to-day basis, right? So yeah, today I'm just we'll talk about when to pivot and how to pivot in business. So we will have Dino Orchard will be coming online. We'll just give him another minute. I'm gonna add him here. Okay, there he is. Yeah, it'll be a very interesting conversation today. Dino, how are you, my friend?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How are you, man?
Long time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we just to tell a little bit about Dino, he is such a wonderful human being. He's an entrepreneur. He is a coach, a mentor, a mindset guru. You take all the strategies in real estate, Dino has touched on it. Like it's no joke. Like that's the introduction I can do. And welcome to the Let's Do It Really Live. And I can't wait to talk about what you accomplished, what you're doing, what you're up to, so people would know. So thank you.
Gonna make me blush, bro. Thank you for the intro.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So what have you been up to? I know, like, your posts are always about motivating people, doing entrepreneurship. You have a new avatar, so let's talk about that. Like, what is Dino up to now? What has been up to, like, last year? What is your strategy for this year? And what's happening?
Well, thanks again for having me, Bava. It's great to see you and great to be with you tonight. I love what you do every week with your
Thank you.
lives. It's pretty cool to meet all these new people that you don't necessarily know. You have your network. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually we were talking last time we spoke. We were talking about pivoting, and
Correct.
as you all know, I'm pretty much all in real estate. Past few months, year has been rough with the pivot that happened in real estate with the interest rate, COVID, and all that crap. So I mean, as a businessman, you have to learn and pivot. So I think
Absolutely.
the word of the evening will be pivot.
Yeah.
So
I
it
love it.
started with me buying a commercial building, and it's gonna be finally it's gonna be a new business. So real estate is the best thing and best investment. I still believe in it, even though what everything's going on. It's just like a cycle, which is totally normal. But as a businessman, you have to turn and pivot into something else. And what I decided to do is we're working on our new co-working space. Um, and funny enough, the reason why I decided to open that business, like I said, was supposed to be a commercial building, like
Mm-hmm.
investment, and I decided to turn it into a business because as we entrepreneurs, we struggle every day, every week when we start. And I've been in business for a few years now, but I go back a few years and I say, like, I wish I would have had the tools, the help,
Mm-hmm.
the network, the knowledge, and everything that we don't have when we start. It's like we just commit to it and we figure it
Figure
out
it out. Yeah.
during the way or down the road. But so our co-working space, it says it all. It's a co-working space. So as a businessman, small business or solopreneur, you don't want to be working from home. You want a small office, you can come at my place. You want a private office, we're going to have the private offices also. It's going to be yours. We're going to have recording studio, so we can do this in the studio. I can do a podcast, so your YouTube page, because as a business owner in real estate, uh, you need to be online. You need to be on social media. You need to have that presence. You need to be able to influence people, inspire people, help people. reach out to your network when you need help. We're also going to offer domiciliation. So basically, when you have a business in Quebec, you have to give them an address.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, people are going to give them their home address. I just
Yep.
started my first business. I don't have an office yet or a building, so I'll put my personal address. But in business, you have to be able to separate your business and your personal life.
Absolutely.
So we offer that. You can have an address at our commercial building, and we'll receive all your mail. We're going to have a conference room. So basically, everything that an entrepreneur needs, and especially a small entrepreneur, a starting entrepreneur, and we're going to try to bring all the tools to the table to help those people out, because those people are inspiring. And you never know, I can have the next Jeff Bezos being at my offices and
Yeah.
20 years on the road, you know? So we want to help out those people, and we're going to bring all the network, the tools to be able to help them
Yeah.
grow their business.
If I may say that you know, you literally looked out what you would need if you were started as an entrepreneur. You're pretty much taking everything and putting in that one place, right?
Exactly.
So because, like, you know, when you started, you know, everybody can relate to this, whoever's listening, entrepreneurs, and you know, there's not a place, a friendly environment where you can actually go and sit down and work. In terms of, you know, if there are other third party or second, like, you know, big players out there, but this is basically, you're putting all entrepreneurs into one room in a way, like in a house, and you're building that community where, you know, everybody's learning from each other. And how I visualize and I see it is like another entrepreneur can learn from another entrepreneur in the same co-working space, right? That's where like masterminding happens. And then you're creating on top of everything, right? So another one I want to touch, because you're a big mindset guy, and there's a reason why you might have thought that and put this name, right? The Inspire, Invest, and Ignite.
Yeah.
Why that name?
Very simple. It reflects what I think, what I see, what I feel when I want to transpire to other people. So first of all, I want to inspire you. And sorry, I want to inspire you. So by inspiring you, it's going to be like social media, networking event, making deals together, having a coffee, shoot the shit, whatever, helping each other out. I want you to invest. Like, are you going to invest in real estate, in yourself? Are you going to invest in anything where you can make money? But after that, I want you to ignite. So you get the knowledge, you're inspired, you get the knowledge, but after, you have to get that blast off, and you have to go start doing whatever you want to do, invest, and or start a business or buy a business or whatever floats your boat, whatever you love, whatever you can feel it shares the values, and you just have to ignite.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, it's when you put that name out, like you just look at it, right? But now, like, when you explain it, it's like it's a step-by-step process, because you have to get inspired by, you know, whatever you wanted to do, and then you invest in that action, and then end of the day, like, you got to take action. If not, nothing will work, right?
Exactly.
Like, when I say action, you are a type of guy, like, you know, I've known you for a while, so I've seen, like, when I introduced you, I said you've done a lot of strategies. Like, I want to touch base on that. So you really, really went in a lot of strategies. So you went rent to own, you did Airbnb rentals, and you did Airbnb in the States, and then you did flips, and you did single families, and then you still do rent to owns. And on top of that, now you're creating a new co-working business, right? And then people who are listening to the story, like, he used to be a car sales dealer. Like, he used to manage a dealership, and he was a top salesman. Then he pivoted from that to real estate. And then in real estate, he pivoted to different strategies. So can we just touch about, like, how do you take a strategy, and then how do you go deep into it? And then when do you pivot that to the next? Because a lot of people, because there are so many strategies out there. Today, some of the strategies won't work because of the market. Like, for example, flip won't work right now as much as last year or a year before, right? So can you just dive a little bit deep into it so that people can understand how your thought process is and why you're doing this way?
Yeah. So I did do a lot of stuff in the past few years. And honestly, what I'm fortunate enough to say is that I learned a lot.
Yeah.
in the past few years. And I'm the type of guy that's going to take action and I'm going to commit to it and I'll figure it out later. Sometimes it's maybe not the right way and you have to have the personality to go like that. If I could give you some advice, I would say, first of all, follow your heart, where you want to go, what you want to do. If you don't like tenants, well, don't buy multifamilies. Or if you buy multifamilies, get a management team to take care of the tenants. But if you don't like working with a hammer, your hands, or whatever, don't flip, you know? So first of all, figure out what you want to do, what you love. And after, you have to educate yourself. I mean, there's so many information and free information online. Go on YouTube, listen to podcasts. I have my own podcast in French. I give a lot of information. You have Axel that has an English podcast in Quebec, giving a lot of information, getting all these guests as you are doing every Wednesday. People are coming here and just sharing what they've been through, what they're doing, and their best practices. So I'm not saying you're going to get your PhD with YouTube videos and podcasts, but you get a good sense of what's going on. You have some great information. And after that, you're able to wrap your head around whatever you want to do. When I started in real estate, I fell in love with the rent to own program. I'm like, oh my God, I want to do real estate, but I have no clue what I'm doing. But this business model, wow, I love it. You're helping families out, you're making money, and you have real estate. It's a no-brainer. So that's why I decided to go. And after I educated myself, I spent 10 grand to learn how the rent to own, like how do you go around it, what, you know? So, and I went all in. But I did like the flipping, I did the Airbnbs, and I honestly did too much. Guys, don't go all over the place like I did, okay? I love being in action, doing a lot of stuff at the same time, but I don't think it's the right way. So let's say we'll take my path, okay? So you start in real estate, you go rent to own, you love the rent to own. Once you become a pro of rent to own, now you can start pivoting. Okay, I want to see some Airbnb. I want to try the Airbnb. I want to do multifamily, whatever, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
So get the experience. Once you become a pro, you can start pivoting. And, you know, they say those different types of income you can get there, streams of income.
Yeah.
Once you're a pro in one, look for a second stream of income. But make sure that one is secure and go on to the next after.
Okay, I think there's a lot of like golden nuggets and key value in that, right? Because people who are listening right now, they could be, you know, juggling 2-3 things at the same time, or 3-4 things, right? So this is coming from an experienced person who has done this, who have done and said and seen, like, you know, what might happen when you don't put the 100% energy like on one thing, and then you are like literally taking half of your energy and then putting into multiple stuff, right? So you'd only get that result of how much energy you're putting in, right? Until you become a pro. Once you become a pro, you know that the energy is fully in, and then it's automated, right? Because you hire people based on that, and then once that is done, then you go to the next one, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, like, I mean, even in my, like, your journey, I've seen like you've done rent to own and other stuff, right? But which one do you like? Sometimes it's hard to really know, because you really enjoy something, right? And then you really enjoy doing other stuff too. How do you figure out which one you really enjoy?
I mean, you can love a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
After that, it comes to what are your needs. I mean,
okay.
I'll give you like examples, and it's maybe not the right numbers, but let's say you love the rent to own program and you're fully committed to that, but you fall in love with the I don't know, the Airbnb, okay? But you love both, but the Airbnb is not giving you a good cash flow, and at that point in your life, you're probably needing the cash flow because you want to replace a salary or whatever you want to do. So I would say, you know what? I know you love it, but it's just not working. You need the cash flow, and it's not helping your cash flow. So I would have to say you need to take a hard decision and put aside the Airbnb and just work on a rent to own, or figure out another strategy to get that cash flow. It depends on your needs, depends on your time, depends on a lot of stuff, where you're at in your life and what's next. But I think that once you become a pro in something and you understand properly the process, the business model, and you can automate a lot of stuff. I mean, you can do two or three different things at the same time, no problem.
Okay. Okay. And what do you like? I'm sure, like, you'll be the best person to ask this. You've done multiple businesses, right? And you've done businesses with joint ventures and other partners and hiring a team and whatnot. What is that one advice do you give to hire the right team and then joint venture partners, right? Because you might have been through like a lot of good stuff, bad stuff. What's that one key or your advice based on this?
What I would have to say is you're never going to learn as much as doing it, being in the action, being in a transaction on the field and going through the process. I mean, in books, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. In school, you're gonna learn stuff. But once you touch it, you go through the process from A to Z. It's different time of day. So some things you're gonna love. Once you do it, you're gonna say, "Oof, not sure." So first of all, shit will hit the fan. Okay, you will bang your head on the wall. You will not fail. You will learn. Okay, and all your businesses or all your partnerships are not gonna go like a perfect wedding. Okay, and it's fine. It's fine. Believe me. Okay, I've done so many partnerships in my life because I truly believe that once you're alone, you're gonna go very fast. Yeah. But once you're in a team, well, you're gonna go farther. Yeah. But even though I ask a lot of questions, and before we get in bed together, we get like many dates and many meetings and. Even though you're going to say, okay, this is my expectations. What are your expectations? This is what I love to do. This is what I hate to do. This is what I'm going to do, but this I'm not going to do. Even putting all that on paper, shit will still hit the fan. Right. Because you're going to go through the transaction. And you think you thought of everything. But at one point, you're going to hit a wall and say, damn, I didn't think about that. And the partner did not think about that. Now you guys are screwed. You're going to lose money. Or it's not going as quick as you want, or X, Y reason. And you know what? Partnership, you're maybe going to split up. And that's fine. That's called learning, okay? And even after your 8th partnership, if ever you go that far, things are still not going to be perfect. What I would have to say, partnership is like a marriage. With your wife, with your husband, your beloved, whatever, you have to have a great communication. And you have to set the expectations straight right from the beginning and write everything down. And as you go down the road and something is not as you wish, well, communicate it. Talk about it. And you even have all these personality tests that you guys can take. And believe me, my last partnership in this co-working, we took 2 personality tests.
I love it.
And the coach took us separately and told us, this is what you should expect with your new partner and not expect. And when this is going to happen, this is how he or she will react. And she was right. She was right. And things that annoy me, my partner does have that. But I knew about it going in bed with him or her, you know? So my expectations are set right. So that's what I have to say. Don't be scared to fail or learn. It's going to happen, and that's fine. It's part of the learning curve.
Wow, that's so amazing that in my partnership, I do personality test, right? So that you know what personality you're working on, and 100%, like 200%, as you say, right? So it's amazing that like as an entrepreneur yourself with multiple businesses before and after, right? And it's like that's the key. Right? That's the key, that you need to know who you're working with. And yes, like when we talk, you have that energy, you're connecting, but it's going to go a long way. Like, right? It's a long term or no term, right? That's why I always say, and getting into that and knowing like the time they're putting into a deal, you got to put that into that person before, so that you know that this is the person that you wanted to really go with, right? And as you rightly said, the personality test. So there's expectation, and so you won't get disappointed because of stuff that's not happening, or the way you're thinking, or way they're thinking, and the ideas that you're bringing in, and who's taking what and whatnot, right? No, thank you for sharing that. And another one I wanted to ask you about the mindset, because you're a freaking mindset guy, like right from the get-go till today. I really, really enjoy the way you think, and even when things are not right, like you always see the positive things, right? So you've been in different partnership, you've been in different deals that didn't go through. What was the only thing on a daily basis, like, you know, you can just share, like, how was your mindset? How did you deal with it? Because as a humans, we are awesome to take everything when it's good, it's success, when we make money, like make deals, blah, 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 whatnot. But when deals don't go through, when you lose in a deal, when you lost money in the deal, you lose partnership, how do you think? Like, what do you think?
It's funny you asked that question because I had a not a not a meeting, but we had a not a debate, but a conversation with a group of investors, and we were talking about when you're planning on investing on something or someone or a project or whatever, you have a plan
Yeah.
in your mind. So you know that you're going to buy this building and it's going to bring this amount of money every month. And when you're going to be finished, this is what it's going to be worth and blah, blah, blah. So you have an end goal, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't actually goes the way it's supposed to. So we were saying when you're doing a project or investing on something, do you have a plan B or a plan C when you have a plan A? And the debate was, well, you're buying the building because this is the outcome you want and this is the outcome you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have a plan B or a plan C.
Yeah.
But I disagree because you always have to have a plan B or plan C because you never know if shit hits the fan, what's next? So what's my options? And I don't think that, and the conclusion of all that was, I don't think you need a plan B. But as business owners or entrepreneurs like ourselves, I think it's second nature that when you're getting in the deal or you're doing something or you're planning something and it does not go the way it's supposed to, automatically your reflexes as an entrepreneur is like, okay, so what's next? What can I do to fix this? How can I improve this? How can I get out of this? What's the solution if this doesn't work? So automatically it's like survival mode. Like plan B, plan C comes right to mind right away to fix it. So I mean, I think there's always a way out. You're probably gonna lose money. Hey, c'est la vie. Hein? If it would be easy, everybody would do it. And if it would be 100% home run, well, you probably would not have the same return on your investment, or everybody would do it also. So, I mean, there are some risks. When it doesn't go well, well, you pull up your sleeves and you try to find another solution. And if not, well, you lose the money and next deal you start again. And if the partnership is not good, well, you just go separate ways. And I mean,
yeah, like that's it. Like it's living by experience, right? Like it's either, you know, once you learn, you learn. Like there's no bad things, right? It's that's why like the mindset is very important. Where, you know, things won't happen the way you want it, right? But that's why that's an ideology for your mind and for your universe or whatever you call it to step up, because things can only happen for people who are ready for it, right? That's the view that everybody should look at, then not like, hey, why it's happening to me? Because that's why when a lot of people say, hey, like, you know, things are not happening, you know, happening to me, it's because they're not working on themselves, right? When you work on themselves, like when you work on yourself, things will happen around you, right?
Yeah.
And yes, things will go wrong, but that's why, like, you know, I love your mindset about, you know, I've seen your growth right from the day, right? Like, you know, I've seen you from how you were and how you are now, and every challenges you went through, and you were open about it, and you came and told, like, that's part of, like, people should go and listen to his podcast where he talks about real stuff. Like when things went wrong, you were the first one to go on social media and tell, hey, like, listen guys, like, this is what it is, this is reality. Okay, it's not about the shiny object syndrome anymore. It's not about the bear project. It's not about, like, it's all about the timing and how you dealt with it, right? So you were able to do that. It's because of your mindset, right? Because you were always, you know, thinking positive, handling positive people, and networking only with, and even like with your networking, right, events where you bring in like-minded people together. Only that kind of people come to the events and they benefit out of it and they communicate. So you're building the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, that community serves into now with your business model of your vision, right?
But
So
that's the thing, and I'm happy you bring it up because, guys, people are listening, and I don't know what type of audience you have, but if some people are starting in real estate or in business, guys, shit's gonna hit the fan. You're gonna
yeah,
lose money for sure. It's gonna happen at one point. Okay,
yeah,
so stop thinking and listening to all these schools and coaches that say, "Oh, invest in real estate in 90 days, you'll be rich," and it's bullcrap. Forget about it. Okay, you're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to educate yourself. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty, and you're gonna succeed. Hard work pays. Okay, guys, and you don't have to work with your hands. You can work with your head, but you're gonna learn. You're not gonna fail. You're gonna learn. Okay, and not all your real estate deals are gonna go
go through,
as
go.
planned and go through. And you know what? Great, you're gonna learn about it. And yes, that's why I share those stuff. And like, take the Florida property. I bought a duplex in Florida, converted one side in Airbnb, and shit hit the fan in that transaction. And it was for a year long. And I did educate myself before buying in Florida. But what I learned in that class or in that book or in those podcasts that I listened, I not much I could apply in what I went to my day to day. Okay, and stupid stuff. But I mean, you have to go through it to understand. And you know what? I did a whole episode on that transaction, and the episode was, I think, half an hour, 40 minutes. I could have went on for 2 hours.
Yeah,
I could easily do a part two. I mean, and I'm gonna do more because, as you all know, end of 2022, and now real estate is not like going like it was like maybe a year ago. So I have a lot of transactions and stuff that went bad, and believe me, I'm gonna share all that information because you know what? It's the real time of day. That's what we go through. It's not always unicorns and rainbows and stuff like that. So I think it's important to share that stuff because it's
no,
real
that's it.
stuff.
That's it. Like that's why I love that you always keep it real, right? So, yeah, I think in terms of the time, I think we're almost at the end of it. But usually, I ask like two questions before let the guest go. So, one is, what is that book that you recommend people to read?
Okay, I'll go for 3 books.
Okay.
Okay, and one, I'm not going to be very original, but Rich Dad Poor Dad for sure.
Yep.
And I go for that book because I think it's like a mind opening for real estate.
Yep.
So that's why I recommend it. Obviously, go for the 10X rule with Grant Cardone, Uncle G, and I have him everywhere. Yeah. There you go. Why the 10X rule? Because I think in real estate and business, you need to be a good salesperson. A salesperson is people's person. And you need to, when I say sales, is not really to sell something or an object or some a service, but you need to have new partners, investors, and stuff like that. You need a sales pitch to invite those people to work with you. And the last one would be Mind, Money, and Wealth. That was a great book. The title says it all: Mind, Money, and Wealth. I think you should read it. There are 3 great books. I love them.
Perfect.
There you go.
Oh no, thank you. Like I think it really, because the first 2 books everybody would know. The last one, I think it's something that it's out of ordinary that that I'm hearing too. So I will actually take notes and read it as well. So I'll let you know. So the last question is, what is the one quote that you can relate and you really enjoy?
You probably heard me say this before, and this quote has been following me for at least 25 years for sure, which was one of my general managers that said once when I was in the car business, when I was a salesman at the time, he said, keep on doing what you've been doing and you'll keep on getting what you've been getting.
Okay.
So sit at home, watch Netflix. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Look for deals, take the phone, call people, grow your network, invest in yourself, educate yourself. Great things are going to happen.
Wow. Yo, like that's a different perspective to look at, right? Like it's like basically 10x what you're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
It could be anything. Like you can just, I don't know, drink and you keep drinking every day. right? Or if you decide to take action, if you decide to change your thought, whatever, right? Wow. So much golden nuggets, Dino. Like I always enjoy your the organic stuff of you. You always like keep it real. It's not about shiny object. Like, hey, listen, this is what happened. This is me, and this is how I am. What do you see is what you get. I love that about you. And where can people reach out to you, Dino? What's the best way?
Guys, you can follow me on social media. I'm all over the place: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I have my YouTube page. I have my networking events called Scotch and Real Estate. I have one coming in the spring, and I have my Scotch and Real Estate show, which is my YouTube page podcast, which we talk about business and real estate. And don't feel free to reach out if I can help you out. You have a question, please.
Absolutely. Like, I really, tell all the people who are listening, just even go to his page, look at it, and then you would feel the energy, and then just reach out to him, just book a call and talk to him, right? So, no, thank you so much, Dino. I can't thank you enough for your time. I can't wait to see you again. So, thank
Cool.
you so
Thanks
much.
for the invite, man. It
Thank
was
you.
pretty cool. Do this
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Yes, thanks. Bye-bye.